6, London Broncos 12, Leeds Rhinos 14 in Super League. So we'll be back across all of that. We'll be at the cricket as well. But our main focus is at Old Trafford. It's Manchester United against Liverpool, and Dion Dublin is with correspondent John Murray.
Yes, thank you, Steve. Welcome everyone from inside Old Trafford in our customary position just to the right of the director's box. That's why Steve's able to rub shoulders with the great and the good, because he's right next to them. And we're expecting Liverpool's new signing, Federico Chiesa, to be in there. And as the BBC's World Service listeners join us from around the globe, I think Manuel Ugarte is also going to be in position inside the box, but we've had the full welcome for him. But Dion Dublin, it's all about the teams that are going to be out there on the pitch today to contest this 215th meeting in all competitions. And for this one, something we've never had before. It's gone all double Dutch, hasn't it? With two Dutch coaches, and Erik ten Hag, who's just arriving now. And there they are, the two Dutchmen together. They know each other from their homeland, and they clasp hands together. It wasn't the warmest of greetings. It was very, very brief between the managers now of Manchester United and Liverpool. But there's a Dutch feel all around the place now for this fixture.
Yeah, that was possibly one of the shortest handshakes I've seen. It was very much I respect you, you respect me, but I've got a job to do, so get away from me. That's what I got from that. I've not seen many smiles on the faces of the players. They're all in their zones. They all know how big this game is, and I mean, you can hear the noise is just amplifying out these seats here.
Yeah, it's been a mixed afternoon. We've had some very short, sharp showers, grey skies above Old Trafford. It's a mild afternoon, and here we are, the players are out there, and the Liverpool supporters in great voice. And they've actually brought, Dion, if you notice, they've brought a big inflatable 7 and a big inflatable 0.
But it wasn't 70-0, was it?
It wasn't.
They've got it the wrong way round.
But it wasn't too long ago that Liverpool were winning 7-0 against Manchester United in Erik ten Hag's first season in charge. But that's his only defeat against Liverpool in the 5 matches that he's played. And the referee for this one, Anthony Taylor, as he was here in April when it finished 2-2. That meant serious damage to Jurgen Klopp's hopes of winning the league title in his final season. The last 21 Manchester United-Liverpool matches have involved Jurgen Klopp, but no more. And this is new. This is a new feel. The Liverpool players just going into a huddle. Manchester United with Onana in goal. Mazraoui, De Ligt, his first Manchester United start. Maguire's on the bench. Martinez and Dalot. Casemiro and Menu with Bruno Fernandes, the captain. Garnacho coming in for his first start of the season. Ahmed Diallo's on the bench. Marcus Rashford on the left-hand side. 7 goals against Liverpool here at Old Trafford. And then his competitive full debut, Joshua Zirkzee, up front for Manchester United. There's the whistle from Anthony Taylor. It's Manchester United who get us underway and immediately play the ball back towards the edge of their own penalty area. Casemiro gets a touch, Mazraoui gets a touch, his first involvement in this fixture as well, and then Onana clears to the halfway line. And Liverpool in the white shirts today with the black shorts and the white socks, they're on the back foot now as Garnacho takes the ball out to Bruno Fernandes, who goes back towards the halfway line. We get a first sight there of Arne Slot right from the outset on the edge of the coaching area, and already giving instructions. There's body language there, positive body language to his Liverpool players as Manchester United have possession. Garnacho on the right-hand side. Back it goes into the centre to Kobbie Mainoo. Mainoo scored in that 2-2 last season, his first goal at Old Trafford. Now Rashford for the first time on the left-hand side into the Liverpool penalty area, but there are defenders there. They had him doubled up with Konate and Alexander-Arnold, and they forced Manchester United and Rashford to take it back out towards the left and back to the halfway line. So Liverpool, same team as it was when they started and won 2-0 against Brentford. This time last week, as Casemiro scoops it forward, it's headed away by Van Dijk. So Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson, Gravenberch and McAllister, Salah, Szoboszlai, Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota. And Manchester United with it on the halfway line, and out it goes to Diogo Dalot on the left flank. Rashford back to Dalot. Dalot takes on beats Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold recovers though, still Dalot. Rashford on the overlap, Rashford to the byline, pulls it back, hits McAllister, and is turned behind by Van Dijk for a United corner.
It's positive from United. They've had the ball from the outset, from the start of the whistle. They've tried to go down the right, didn't work, came out, went down the left. Marcus Rashford looking very sharp, trying to get past Trent Alexander. He does, but the cross was blocked.
I suspect there are some Manchester United supporters who will feel that Amad Diallo perhaps should have kept his place and Rashford might have been on the bench. Not so Erik ten Hag. Corner now to Manchester United, into the near post. Garnacho's after it was blocked. Back to the left-hand side. In it comes from Bruno Fernandes, the corner taker again, but cleared away by Liverpool. And Diogo Dalot on the halfway line goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Yeah, that unforgettable FA Cup tie between the sides here last season when Amad Diallo scored the winner and was then sent off. Here's Bruno Fernandes through the middle, up towards the edge of the penalty area, plays it square to Xerxes. Xerxes miscontrolled it and then actually collided with Gravenberch inside the box. After that miscontrol, he went in there on Gravenberch, fouled him, and it's a free kick to Liverpool.
Yeah, it was an odd one because it was a ricochet from a Dalot forward pass. It ended up at Bruno's feet. He's halfway inside Liverpool's half, and he drives and drives and drives, and he gets to the edge of the box. He looks to shoot, but then he completely changes his mind, reverses it to Xerxes, and he's not actually ready for it, Xerxes, at all. So his feet weren't ready, but you've got to be on your toes when you're attacking like that. You really have.
Yep, scored on his debut, Xerxes, his competitive debut for Manchester United when he came on and scored the late winner against Fulham in the previous home match here. Manchester United, who won that one by the skin of their teeth, missed some chances in that match, and then the defeat, the late defeat last weekend in which Amad Diallo scored. Here come Liverpool on the right-hand side, ball into the box. Martinez, though, is in the right position, well placed. After Salah's ball into the box, and then Salah is shrugged off by Bruno Fernandes. That's gone down well, but Xerxes on his heels. Van Dijk's won it back. Van Dijk plays it forward, left side of the box, and a shot right across the face of goal from Jota. Dragged it wide, really, from an angle beyond the far post, and it's a goal kick to Manchester United in front of the Stratford end, Dion Dublin.
Yeah, Xerxes, he's got to be a little bit more confident with his own ability there. He's sort of trying to let the ball roll across his body, but Van Dijk steps in and nicks it, and he puts Jota in on the angle. It's going to be difficult to beat Onana from there on his left foot. However, Xerxes got to do more there for me.
Diogo Jota, who's making his 100th Premier League appearance for Liverpool. A couple of other milestones as well about the Liverpool team. For Virgil van Dijk in central defence, it's his 200th Premier League appearance, and for Andy Robertson, his 300th Liverpool appearance, 297 of which were under Jurgen Klopp. Robertson playing the ball across the back line to Konate, and Konate just turns to his left and gives it back to Virgil van Dijk, who hits a long right-footed pass that Mazraoui jumps with Luis Diaz, and it drops over the heads of both of them and out of play for a throw into Manchester United halfway inside their own half. So if you've just switched on to us on 5 Live, the World Service, BBC Sounds, it is Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0 under grey skies here at Old Trafford on this now September afternoon. Xerxes, under pressure from Van Dijk, heads the ball out of play on the halfway line. Must say, I think he's betrayed touches of nerves in the early stages. The number 11, this 23-year-old, but he's a strong guy. He's well built, isn't he, for a centre forward? Yeah,
he is. He looks sturdy. 6'2", 6'3".
Nice ball played through for Gravenberch now. Gravenberch on a run to the edge of the area, still going. It's opened up, gives it to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz across, and then turned in, blocked on the line, Alexander-Arnold. They're claiming it was over the line, and the referee says yes, it was. And Alexander-Arnold, Trent Alexander-Arnold, what this will mean to him. Liverpool born and bred, scoring the opening goal for his team here at Old Trafford against Manchester United. He slides on his knees, he goes straight to a TV camera and kisses it full on the screen. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 1. Just the start that Arne Slot wanted.
Not the start United wanted. That's really poor play from United. The ball just breaks loose and Gravenberch is in there. He literally travels about 20-30 yards. He gets to the edge of the D. He has another touch. I'm thinking he's going to strike it now. 15 yards out. He gets a chance just to roll it to Diaz. Diaz across the box, and then Trent's at the far post. May have been a ricochet before it got to him. Let's have a look. Diaz here crossing the ball, looking at a replay. It's at a still at the moment. You can see Trent at the far post. The ball's well over the line, no problem at all.
It's well over the line, but I'm just wondering if it got a touch off the Liverpool player who was furthest forward when the ball came across. And actually, yes, it was. It's offside. It's offside. The goal's ruled out. I think it was Salah, wasn't it, who was the player in the 6-yard box. When it was crossed by Luis Diaz, it flicked Salah on its way into the path of Trent Alexander-Arnold. And the goal is ruled out. And it's still Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0, and Trent Alexander-Arnold is denied.
That's a very good call, I've got to say. Referees and all the team of the officials get a hard time. That is a very, very good call. Diaz has gone down the left-hand side, gets into the corner of the box. Salah touches the ball, which makes it go slightly backward, but when he touches it, he's in an offside position.
That is a big escape for Erik ten Hag and Manchester United. And Trent Alexander-Arnold looked absolutely crestfallen when the decision came. Garnacho, he's dispossessed by Robertson. It's played back towards the halfway line. However, that provides then, in this case, a massive shot across the bows warning to Manchester United after allowing Gravenberch to make that run, which he did from inside his own half.
Yeah, and he travelled so far.
Unchallenged.
He travelled so far with the ball, and there was nobody that really pressured him at all. You've got to be on it. You cannot allow any player, especially not in a game like this, to travel so far and pick a pass to a teammate.
There it goes, Leon. Look on my score sheet. Trent Alexander-Arnold disappears. His name from the history books. Takes a lot of correcting fluid. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Have to get a new pen tomorrow. So 0-0. Big relief for Old Trafford. Big relief for Manchester United. But I mean, that was shades of last season. Do you remember in the 2-2 last season when Manchester United allowed Liverpool so many attempts on goal? I think it was 28 in the match, and they still didn't win the game. Here's Alexander-Arnold again on the right-hand side. Ball comes across. Martinez is in position to clear it away. Kobbie Mainoo's able to come across, take it down. Zirkzee, no, can't reach that. Liverpool have got it back on the halfway line now centrally. McAllister, now Szoboszlai, an angle pass to Jota on the edge of the area. He's just leaned into by De Ligt, Matthijs De Ligt, on his first start, and then there's a coming together between McAllister and Casemiro. I think his feet were quite high there, Casemiro, as he went in to the challenge. There was, you know, it's a high foot, and Anthony Taylor was right there, probably 6-7 yards away. I'm not sure there was any great force in that, but it's actually been given as a free kick to Manchester United. And I think he just caught him with a high foot in between the legs, if you get my drift.
Yes, just above that vital area, I think. Casemiro, yeah, it's a follow through. He's striking the ball downfield, and McAllister's coming in at the same pace, and because his foot's high, as he struck the ball, he catches him just below the belly button. It's a sore one. He hasn't moved yet. Might be some stud marks in the tummy.
Yeah, there might well be. So he's going to take a minute or two, I think, to recover from that. And they've had a look at that VAR as well. In a high foot like that, you can never be certain, can you, when you catch an opponent like that? But the other thing that struck me as well was it was a very quick overturn, wasn't it, for the offside? I mean, we didn't see the drawing of the lines or anything like that, but you know, it was pretty clear that Salah was in an offside position.
Absolutely. A quick decision, a correct decision, and move on. Simple as that.
That's Dion Dublin, Premier League Golden Boot winner, England international. Dion played in this fixture in the hurly-burly of Manchester United-Liverpool match. And McAllister has just been led off the field. He's going to be okay. He's leaning forward with his hands on his knees, not quite fully recovered just yet. And Erik ten Hag actually comes across and just sees that he's okay, and he'll be back on the field in a moment. So 0-0 here after the early goal, in inverted commas, was ruled out. Trent Alexander-Arnold not on the score sheet. And Manchester United with the ball inside their own half. Second test not over yet with you at Lord's, Eleanor Oldroyd.
No, Sri Lanka are taking this into the final session on day 4. They still need another 224 runs, and England only need 3 more wickets. So it's still England's game, very much to lose. But Milan Ratnayaka, Dhananjaya De Silva putting on great resistance. 60 they put on together, with De Silva on 45, Ratnayaka on 26. They'll resume after tea on 260 for 7.
Yeah, and if you tune in to Sports Extra, you'll hear Test Match Special with the ball-by-ball commentary. And in the 3 o'clock kickoffs in the Premiership in Scotland, Hibernian have just taken the lead. 1-0 at Kilmarnock. Joe Newell with the early goal. Ball out for a throw into Manchester United on the left-hand side. Earlier, the big event finished 3-0 to Celtic against Rangers in the first Old Firm match of the new season. And I'm sure Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage will want to hear your calls on that if you were there or if you watched it in some shape or form. As Manchester United with Xerxes putting in the challenge on McAllister, who's now back on the field, and the ball bounces through for what is a goal kick for Liverpool. So 0-0, and here is Alisson, who is going to just throw the ball to Virgil van Dijk, who then throws it back to Alisson. And he does eventually take it square across the 6-yard box to Konate. And now Alexander-Arnold knew that McAllister was, Xerxes was coming, so the clearance was hurried. Manchester United got it back, but then couldn't find Rashford on the edge of the box. Konate, the long-legged Konate, stepped forward and cleared it away to the halfway line. And now Kobbie Mainoo turning, giving the ball towards the left-hand side. Kobbie Mainoo on the front of the match programme here today. Rashford now on the left. Rashford's cross takes a touch off the foot of Konate. It's another corner to Manchester United.
Yeah, it's not bad football at all from United. Liverpool there, making sure they had to be organised and resolute. Everything's gone down the left-hand side for United at the moment through Marcus Rashford. Bruno Fernandes, he's just on the toes of Xerxes in and around him.
So Bruno Fernandes with the corner from the left-hand side. Just has his hands on his hips. Here he comes. Actually plays it short out to Lisandro Martinez. Martinez back to Fernandes. Fernandes ball in. Van Dijk was there for Liverpool at the near post to head it away. And then McAllister completes the clearance on the edge of the box. Gallo, rather hurried, just volleyed it out to the far side. Couldn't keep it in over there. Bruno Fernandes, and it's a throw into Liverpool 10 yards inside their own half. So 0-0 the score. This the 5th and final Premier League commentary of the weekend that we're bringing to you, the last weekend before the first international window of the new season. And at half-time we'll have more on the 1-1 draw between Chelsea and Crystal Palace, and Newcastle's 2-1 win against Tottenham. So more reaction to come on that at half-time in this match. It remains Hearts 0, Dundee United 0 in the other 3 o'clock kick-off, and likewise in the Championship, still as it was, Sheffield United 1, Watford 0. And Liverpool with that throw-in, suddenly rather gloomy, seems to be closing in again. We might have another thunder shower before too long. It is that sort of sticky feel, isn't it, of a summer thundery afternoon, late summer, early autumn, meteorological autumn I think we're already into, as Robertson plays it forward now to Luis Diaz, who's challenged. It's won back by Mazraoui, but then swept forward again from Robertson, cut out by Dalot. Had to be sharp there against Salah. Mo Salah now this season with that short hair, just like Trent Alexander-Arnold. All that hair there used to be on the right-hand side for Liverpool, it's all gone now, Dion. Long hair no more. Although there is Joshua Xerxes through the middle. Xerxes is then challenged by McAllister, Luis Diaz, and then McAllister again. McAllister now to Szoboszlai on the left-hand side. The Hungarian just cuts it back, gives it, and then Garnacho's in with a challenge, but that's landed at the feet of Luis Diaz. Very tight in there, not much space. Bruno Fernandes, though. Lovely ball down the right-hand side to Garnacho. Garnacho into the box, lots of white shirts back, and Garnacho couldn't find a red shirt. He was looking for Rashford. Didn't have much company in there, and it's played away downfield by Alexander-Arnold. But goalkeeper Onana comes out and plays it in between two Liverpool players, straight through to Martinez.
Yeah, I'm expecting Garnacho there. He's one-on-one with Robertson. I'm expecting him to go for the throat. You know, go left and go right, get his shot off, but he doesn't. He tries to pull it back. There's nobody there at all. He's hoping somebody's going to be there. He's not pointing anybody out or picking anybody out. He's really got to get a shot off. He's got to do something special, unbalance Robertson, and get a shot on goal. That's what he's got to do.
Rashford goes for a long pass, one of those sort of Ronaldo-style passes to the edge of the box, but it was headed back to goalkeeper Alisson. Yeah, Erik ten Hag today making the 3 changes. He's waited until this match, the visit of Liverpool, to give Garnacho his first start of the season, to bring in Matthijs de Ligt to play alongside Martinez, and also to make that move to start Joshua Zirkzee. I think with Garnacho, the fact that he was involved with Argentina was probably a factor in the fact that he's only come on as a substitute in Manchester United's first 3 matches. He was such a regular starter, wasn't he, in the latter part of last season. In fact, started the last 38 matches in all competitions during the last campaign, which of course finished in Manchester United lifting the FA Cup. Liverpool winners of the League Cup last season, so the 2 domestic cup winners of the previous campaign. De Ligt is able to take the ball away from Szoboszlai, and then it's given back to De Ligt in the right-back position, headed away by Casemiro. United still haven't cleared their lines. Comes back to Luis Diaz, who actually shoved Menu in the back, so it's a free kick to Manchester United on the edge of their own penalty area.
Yeah, I'm liking the look of De Ligt. I think he's got that sort of that defensive mentality where he doesn't want his opposite number to even get the ball under control. He's there, he's got his hand in the small of his back, he's nudging, he's making them uncomfortable, therefore they can't get the ball under control. You get the ball back, that breaks down for the opposing side. He's looked and started very well, I've got to say.
On a slot, standing with his hands in his pockets, just a few yards away from Erik ten Hag, as Manchester United go back to their edge of their own penalty area. Last time we had 2 Dutch managers in charge for a Premier League match. It was Ronald Koeman and Guus Hiddink. And here we are now, 2024, the 2 of them watching on, shaven-headed. They could almost be related, couldn't they, down there on the touchline, as De Ligt passes the ball square to Martinez. Martinez looked up, missed so much of last season. Erik ten Hag would regularly name-check him when he was making all of those different defensive combinations. I think it's 15 or 16 central defensive combinations Manchester United played with last season. Here's Martinez, short to Kobbie Mainoo, bounces back to Jota, square from him to Salah, danger for Manchester United. Salah right side of the box. United have got men back in there, and actually between them, 3 of them, they're able to wrestle the ball away, and Kobbie Mainoo has gone down and stayed down, so referee Taylor blows his whistle. I think it was a bang to the head, hence the stoppage. He's holding the left side of his head, Kobbie Mainoo. It was when the pass was short to him, Dion, wasn't it? He must have been caught there by whoever it came in to challenge him.
Yeah, it's just that it's when Man United play slow that they don't have the capabilities of getting out from the back. I think it was just the knee. I'm looking at a replay of the challenge on Kobbie, and I think it's just a knee in the head from the challenge on him, from Gravenberch, I think it was.
Yeah, it was. So we'll have a little stoppage. 2 matches in Rugby League Super League this afternoon. Huddersfield 10, St Helens 12, the latest score, and London Broncos 12, Leeds 14. So we'll keep you up to date with those, both 3 o'clock kickoffs. No change to the scorelines in the other matches. Hearts 0, Dundee United 0, Kilmarnock 0, Hibernian 1, Sheffield United 1, Watford 0. Mention of Hibernian, I heard Colin Murray on his programme this morning with Pat Nevin. It's an excellent feature, 10:30 Sunday mornings, the great football songbook. They did Manchester City this morning, and they're doing Hibs next Sunday, so don't miss that. Or you can go back, listen to the live radio game via BBC Sounds. Kobbie Mainoo, I think he's going to be okay. Dion, back up on his feet. He'll have to leave the pitch, but he's pulling up the front of his shirt just to rub his face, and walking slowly off now towards the far side of the field. He was absolutely everywhere today, Kobbie Mainoo, 19 years old, remember, still, after everything he did for England in the summer, regular starter in the knockout stages. He's on the front of the programme. He has a big picture next to Erik ten Hag's column as well inside the programme. I saw him on advertising hoardings on the way into the ground. I was here when he actually arrived, and it was like It was like the second coming of the Beatles from the Manchester United fans outside the ground, if I can make that analogy, as the Manchester United man arrived, as it's played forward, and he is just waiting to come back onto the field. Kobbie Mainoo, Mazraoui turns and is forced to play it back to another Dutchman, the big blonde-haired Matthijs de Ligt, all the way back to Anana. Martinez has Liverpool players either side of him, passes it to Fernandes, and they've lost it. Gravenberch got a touch in, Szoboszlai back to Gravenberch, tries to give it to Szoboszlai, who couldn't return it to Salah on the far side, and Manchester United got away with that. But then it's played forward towards Kobbie Mainoo, just back on the field. Here's Zirkzee on the left-hand side. Zirkzee, Rashford makes a run down the line. Zirkzee turns back, checks back. Kobbie Mainoo square from him. Casemiro, first-time ball to Garnacho on the edge of the penalty area, and then Zirkzee blatantly tugs back the shirt of Salah, and that will be a yellow card, which has been booed by the Manchester United fans, but Salah was away.
Yeah, he was away, but I don't think it's not in a position of any danger, really. He's halfway in his own half there. Salah's going to have to go some to pick a pass to really hurt United from that position. I think Zirkzee just gets wrong side and panics, grabs a handful of shirt and says, "You're not going anywhere." So a needless yellow card for me.
Yeah, needless yellow card. A bit like Declan Rice yesterday. Dion, you have sympathy with him?
Yeah. To a certain degree, laws of the game has got to go, but sometimes I'd like to see the referees use a little bit of common sense.
Yeah, so he'll miss the Tottenham match, Tottenham-Arsenal. That's 2 weeks on the Sunday afternoon, the weekend after the internationals. It is Liverpool in possession. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0. Tottenham Arsenal 5 Live, the place to hear that as well. Liverpool with Konate. Long pass from him towards the edge of the area, looking for Luis Diaz. Headed away by de Ligt. Comes down for Garnacho in the centre circle. Garnacho tries to curl a low ball forward for Rashford to run onto, but Konate anticipated that, ran onto it, got there comfortably ahead of Marcus Rashford, and now pass out to the right-hand side. An excellent pass, in fact, and it's played into the penalty area towards Jota, but Martinez intercepted that pass from Mo Salah. And excellent defending at one end from Konate and at the other end from Martinez, so it remains 0-0.
Yeah, that ball out there to Garnacho, he didn't want it to feet, so he went to feet and the ball goes high up in the air. I think if he goes feet, then goes in behind Garnacho. Robertson's so tight, he's not going to be able to stay with him. The ball in behind is where all the grass is. That's where Garnacho wants it.
Liverpool in possession, inside the Manchester United half. Luis Diaz, the bleach blonde top to his hair. McAllister, now back to Van Dijk. And then Andy Robertson. Diaz with his heels almost on the white line here, but he's well challenged by Mazraoui, another of the summer arrivals for Manchester United, as Casemiro is going to struggle to keep that. In fact, he's lost it, given it away rather tamely. Szoboszlai then to Gravenberch, thought about the shot, played it forward, took a deflection off the leg, the right leg of Martinez. Gravenberch had options there, Dion.
He looks well on the ball, doesn't he? He looks very comfortable on the ball, and he travels so well. He really does cover the ground with the ball at his feet as well. United players finding it hard to shrug him off or stay with him, and then he picks a good pass more often than not after those runs. Yeah, looks very composed on the ball.
0-0. And Manchester United with Zirkzee and with de Ligt and Mazraoui, that's a little bit of a different look to Manchester United now. He's just been able to phase in the summer signings. Manchester United this summer spending around about £200 million in transfer fees on new players, and the latest of them, Manuel Ugarte, not signed in time to play in this match, but he will be by the time Manchester United go to Southampton for their next Premier League match. It's out of play for a throw-in to United, level with the edge of their own penalty area. Liverpool supporters in good voice to our right. They were in excellent voice when they thought that they'd taken the lead through the shot from Trent Alexander-Arnold, which did cross the line, comfortably crossed the line actually, before it was cleared away by Dalot, but Salah in an offside position. Robertson now, glancing header from Szoboszlai, couldn't get proper contact on it. It was blocked, and Casemiro was able to clear it away. Danger again for Manchester United.
Just a lovely little ball from Robertson, just what we call just leaving it in there. Szoboszlai he arrived perfectly, but it just didn't connect. If he puts good connection on that, hits the target, they will go one up.
Yeah, Liverpool in possession on the halfway line. That was one of the major issues with Manchester United last season, wasn't it? The number of chances that they offered up to opponents. That Mazraoui's come in, De Ligt's come in. I think only Sheffield United in the Premier League last season offered up more chances to opponents than Manchester United. In the 2 league matches Liverpool had against United, they had 62 attempts on goal. Here's Casemiro. Casemiro caught in possession. He's fortunate that it bounced away over to the far side to Dalot, who was able to pass it forward to Zirkzee. And Zirkzee now, his pass was misplaced. Dalot, fortunately, though, for Manchester United, was able to keep it. And then Casemiro's ball over the top. Alisson's come, just got his head to that on the edge of the penalty area to deflect it out for a throw into Manchester United. Rashford quickly over there, sprinting, wanted to take it quickly. The United supporters wanted him to take it quickly as well, but he's had to wait.
Yes, that's something United are missing. They've had a little bit of good play in this first half, but they do need to move the ball quick, especially from the keeper through the back four. They're waiting. Their choice of pass is wrong. Liverpool know exactly what United are trying to do. They're setting traps and they're nicking the ball back in the final third all the time, Liverpool.
And Nana, almost in the centre circle, actually, the Manchester United goalkeeper, but overhits his pass forward and it goes all the way through to Alisson. So Liverpool can start again from the back. Liverpool 2-0 winners in both of Arne Slot's first 2 Premier League matches, and they did play each other, didn't they, in America pre-season in one of those tournaments. Almost 80,000 watching them in South Carolina. Totally meaningless match, pre-season friendly, which for the record was won comfortably 3-0 by Liverpool, but very different teams on show today. And now Jota and Szoboszlai, and Jota's ball through Diaz centrally on the edge of the area, just intercepted there, and then Mainoo in sliding on Salah. That's gone down extremely well with the home supporters. Kobbie Mainoo winning a tackle, but then he's lost it, but it bounces for Dalot, who finds Casemiro. Casemiro drifts round McAllister and then gives it simply to his right. Bruno Fernandes, then a poor pass from him. One pass there and Rashford could have been in, but he passed it straight to Gravenberch.
Yeah, Fernando's got to go to his right there. Garnacho's wide right. Just give it to his feet.
Salah now forward to the centre circle to Jota. Jota well challenged by De Ligt. It's one-on-one there inside the penalty area. The big Dutchman had to make that tackle, win that tackle, but he did. And downfield it goes, where Van Dijk is able to lean in front of his fellow Dutchman Zirkzee and nod it back for Liverpool.
I mean, De Ligt is doing that so well. I mean, he's decision-making at the moment so far, when to tackle, when not to tackle, when to try and go in behind, reading the pass. De Ligt's doing really well. He's got his centre forward in his eye line, but he's got his eye on the ball at the same time. He looks very comfortable in that position for United at the moment.
Yep, Matthijs De Ligt coming here to Manchester United, when I think it's fair to say, Dion, that in his career it hasn't developed in the way that I think we thought it would when he was such a talent in that Ajax defence. Here now is Szoboszlai being chased by Garnacho and forcing him to give it to Luis Diaz. Diaz now ball in, took a deflection into the Manchester United penalty area. Cleared away though, Martinez came across, and then the challenge from Robertson out of play off Garnacho for a throw into Liverpool, level with the edge of the Manchester United box, not too far away from the tunnel. Liverpool take the throw back towards the halfway line, out there to the far side, in front of the Sir Alex Ferguson stand, absolutely packed. Those 3 tiers that stretch up almost out of sight, almost into darkness, that top tier, with the floodlights now shining brightly down on this gloomy afternoon here. Out for a throw-in to Liverpool from the right-hand side. In fact, did it go out for a corner there?
It did.
It did. So it's a Liverpool corner.
How many shots have we had on target, by the way? Have we had any at all, apart from the disallowed goal? 2, maybe?
I'm sure we have, you know, Dean. Well, Alisson's not made a save, and neither's Onana, has he? Right, it's a corner for Liverpool. From the right-hand side, Robertson to take this. And Liverpool, white shirts, in a line between the penalty spot, the edge of the area, 6-yard box, one behind the other. 4 of them. Robertson waits. Anthony Taylor is just keeping a close eye on Van Dijk, who's bothering Onana, and Dallow's involved in that. Robertson takes this short to Salah, and then the cross actually hits Salah. Robertson's cross hits Salah, and Manchester United could be away on the counter-attack. Here they are, over the halfway line they go. Bruno Fernandes, then poor pass from him, didn't get that right. Another clearance from Liverpool straight to Zirkzee, 30 yards out, then to Garnacho now into the penalty area. Liverpool, lots of bodies back, clipped across, then the shot, which is sort of screwed goalwards by Zirkzee, it was, by Mazraoui it was, who had made his way up into the penalty area, the right back, but rather screwed the shot.
Yeah, he was actually just about to set fire to that, but Trent Alexander just got a little bit on his heel, just to take his momentum away from the way he wanted to strike the ball. So nice bit of defending from Trent Alexander again, but it's slowed down.
As Manchester United now with Bruno Fernandes. Here's Zirkzee just outside the box, tried to give it square to his left to the arriving Rashford. Misplaced. We've seen a lot of that. It's been quite scrappy, in all honesty, and it remains 0-0. Gravenberch now on the left-hand side. Gravenberch drifts infield past Mazraoui, plays it to Szoboszlai, and then a curling shot after a foul had been given for challenge on Kobbie Mainoo, so free kick to Manchester United. Diogo Jota went for goal, and he went for goal. I think the Manchester United supporters are suggesting that he's kicked the ball away, but referee Anthony Taylor's going to let that go, I think, probably wisely.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because Declan Rice gets kicked away for that, and then he doesn't get a yellow card. I don't know. I don't want to see any yellow cards for things as stupid as that. However, if you start giving yellow cards out, then you have to continue to do so.
Yeah. The statistics say that Liverpool had a shot on target, but I'm struggling to remember which when it was. Over half an hour played, Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0. And throwing that Trent Alexander-Arnold will take. Lee Carsley naming him this week when the England squad was announced as a defender after his number 8 role with England at the Euros. Alexander-Arnold throwing the ball down the line for Jota, and he was tightly watched by Martinez, and it bounced out of play for a throw into Manchester United, and Nana had to be sharp there with Jota arriving on the scene, but he was. Still Manchester United with it in their own defensive third. Mazraoui back to De Ligt, and then across to Onana, who plays it out to Kobbie Mainoo. Mainoo silkily passes it forward to Bruno Fernandes, and then Casemiro, poor ball from him, he's given it straight to Gravenberch on the halfway line. Gravenberch's now on the edge of the penalty area. Salah on the right, clips it across, two of them there, Szoboszlai, Luis Diaz as well, the two of them together, and it's Luis Diaz who runs away, punching the air. It was Luis Diaz together, but he got the touch to it to head it in from close range. There were two of them. Either of them could have scored, both unmarked, and Liverpool do now have the lead at Old Trafford for Arne Slot's new look team. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 1.
Really poor play that, you know. Casemiro's, and I really like him as a player, but he's given the ball away 2 or 3 times today, trying to play a pass which is just not on. It gets cut out. Put Salah in down the right-hand side. Salah's made an overlap. Goes down the down the right-hand side. Little dink to the far post, and I'm thinking, here we go, get there. It's 2 players there. Bruno Fernandes should really be killing himself to get back into that right-back spot to try and stop that ball being heading in the back of the net. Gravenberch, Salah, Diaz. Easy header, easy goal for Liverpool to score.
Well, we said, didn't we, Dion, when the Alexander-Arnold goal was ruled out, that Manchester United had been given a warning when they allowed Gravenberch to run unchallenged from inside his own half. When he was given the ball by Casemiro there, and I should just point out here, the play's not resumed yet, so I guess something is being looked at. But Gravenberch was able to run from the halfway line to the edge of the area. Pass to Salah, simple, on the right, and yet, you know, careless from Casemiro initially. But Erik ten Hag, I've just seen him on the side of the pitch asking, you know, it was like the Manchester United manager was saying, what has happened there? You know, there are a number of things there in terms of being a poor goal defensively that it will concern him, certainly.
Yeah, the thing about that is when you give the ball away, Casemiro he's in the middle of his own half. Casemiro, he tries to play the ball over the halfway line, he gets stopped on the halfway line. As soon as that ball is stopped and you are out of possession, you've got to get back into a defensive position. You've got to you can't hope to get it back again. Get yourself back onside and do a defensive job. Too many United players just watching to see what happens.
So it's the Liverpool supporters that you can hear. And Arne Slot after 2-0 Ipswich, 2-0 Brentford. Now it's 1-0 here at Old Trafford against Manchester United in good heart. And Luis Diaz as well, very good start to the season for him. The opening goal last weekend against Brentford, the first home goal in the Premier League under Arne Slot. That's now 2 in 3 appearances for the Colombian this season, and half-time approaching. And Manchester United and Erik ten Hag, plenty to think about here. Erik ten Hag in the grey suit, as usual with him. You can see a touch of ankle there as well, but I think there'll be a touch of anger from Erik ten Hag with the way that they've conceded that goal.
It's too easy, John. It's too easy. You can't have 2 players at the far post in a game like this just ready to head it in. It's just not on.
Van Dijk now, and now McAllister. McAllister striding forward with the ball for the white shirts of Liverpool. On the left-hand side with Diogo Jota. Kobbie Mainoo's at him, puts in the challenge, touches out of play, throwing to Liverpool down the left-hand side. And I think as well what it does mean is that, I mean, we were expecting it anyway, but I think you can take your pen and you can write the name of Ugarte in for Casemiro for Manchester United's next starting lineup. I don't think he's being penciled in. I think he's being fully, properly, permanent marked in. Manchester United with the ball in their own right-back position, and Garnacho plays it out of play. It's deflection off Robertson for a goal kick to the home side, who are 1-0 down. Yeah,
it's a pity really, because Casemiro has the brain of an outstanding midfield player. He's won everything, he's done everything in the game that needs to be done, but start of this game is give the ball away far too much for me.
5 Live, the World Service from the BBC. Listen as well on the move, BBC Sounds. 1-0 Liverpool lead. Arne Slot on course now for 3 wins out of 3 in his first 3 competitive matches. Still Hearts 0, Dundee United 0, Kilmarnock 0, Hibernian 1 and Sheffield United 1, Watford 0 in the other matches currently underway. Bruno Fernandes on the right-hand side, deflected. Mazraoui with a shot. Alisson goes down. Might have taken a deflection because Alisson was going down and kind of saved it with his body. So I think it took a touch and deflected it into the body of the Liverpool goalkeeper. But Mazraoui with a shot, Alisson with a save. Now Liverpool on the break forward. Jota near the edge of the box. Jota winning it back. But then Casemiro in position on the edge of the D to take it away from the Portuguese. I thought he might have had his ankles clipped, Casemiro, but referee Taylor allows play to continue. Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes angles it to Rashford. Rashford's pass through the middle to Garnacho, but Konate was able to sweep it back to goalkeeper Alisson, who's had his first save to make, Dale.
Yes, Mazraoui, you know, I like his attitude. He's on the front foot all the time, loves defending, gets himself into a goal-scoring position, hits the target, keeper makes a good save. It's spicy, it's getting spicy, I like it.
Yes, it is. Free kick on the halfway line, yellow card. Virgil van Dijk is unhappy about Martinez for that. Well, he canked in on Dominic Szoboszlai. The ball had long gone. Van Dijk was really upset about that and has strongly made the point to referee Taylor, who made sure that Martinez was quickly away from the scene of that. That, as they say, is a yellow card all day long.
It was only 3 seconds late. Martinez, he loves it though, doesn't he? That's his game, you know. It's
the butcher.
Yeah, it's a definite yellow. It's ridiculous, really. He couldn't stop himself, so he thought, I might as well take the player. He knew what he was doing. Virgil van Dijk was absolutely livid, and rightly so as well.
Yeah, that's where he got the nickname in his Ajax days, the Butcher. Great nickname. If you're a central defender, you would want the nickname the Butcher, wouldn't you? The only other Butcher I know is Brian Harmon, the winner of the Open Golf Championship.
Yes, yeah,
was named the Butcher, wasn't he?
I don't know any butchers at all apart from the one in West Kirby.
Nice one. Yes, I think I know what will be the next thing that arrives on your doorstep. Here's Luis Diaz on the left-hand side. McAllister, then Gravenberch, Alexander-Arnold, 1-0 Liverpool lead. Alexander-Arnold's chip cross to the back post. That's headed away by Mazraoui. Zirkzee, who I have to say has been quiet. He's had a poor first half of his first start in a Manchester United shirt. Joshua Zirkzee, he'd have been hoping for much better than this. Liverpool turn, and Gravenberch, who's been very involved for Liverpool in that central area. And then Casemiro shrugged off the ball. Luis Diaz now to Salah. Salah into the box, slips it across, low shots in. Luis Diaz makes it 2-0 Liverpool in front of the Stretford end. And Arne Slot's team have got a grip on this now. Not even half-time. Erik ten Hag puts his hands in the air, says, how can that have happened? Well, it's happened. 2 goals for Diaz. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 2.
It's just really poor from United. It's soon as they lose the ball, United, there's no urgency to get the ball back. There's no urgency to get behind the ball again into defensive positions. Liverpool are the complete opposite. They lose the ball. They lost it in Manchester United's back third there. They got it back as quick as possible and played through the lines. Salah into Diaz. Diaz across his defender. Casemiro unfortunately losing the ball again. There's no free kick at all. And as soon as they get it back, Liverpool, they are on Man United's back four. Brilliant goal again. Great work from Salah. 2 assists for Salah now. 2 goals for Diaz. 2 for Liverpool. Fully deserved.
Yeah, right foot shot from just beyond the penalty spot. He was just behind and to the right of the penalty spot, and sort of on the fall, Dion.
But he's free, shot. John, he's free. He's free 14 yards out. He's level with the penalty spot. He's level with the near post, and he's free in the box. Terrible defending. Cannot be happening.
I think it was Diaz who put in the initial challenge on Casemiro when he lost the ball. I mean, did United think that was a foul?
Whether you think or you don't think, whatever, if you don't hear the whistle, you carry on. It's one of the oldest ones in the book. You play to the whistle. If you don't hear it, you defend. You get in good positions. Just a bit too, I don't know, they look tired, United. We're in the first half of a derby.
Well, this is not good reading for Erik ten Hag and Manchester United. This scoreline that's on the big screen at the Stretford end, it's in black and white up there. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 2, and half-time only a few minutes away. And Manchester United with the ball on the edge of their own penalty area. Casemiro. Oh, and there's a poor pass from De Ligt on the edge of his own box. I mean, he wasn't being particularly put under pressure by Jota, but he's passed it behind Mazraoui and straight out for a throw.
I mean, it's a 10-yard pass on the corner of his own box to Mazraoui in the right back spot, and he passes it 5 yards away from him, behind him. That's nerves. That is nerves.
Well, this is feeling very like last season, isn't it? In terms of some of the Manchester United performances with a lack of confidence, as Alisson had to be quick out of his penalty area there. Manchester United need a goal back, and they need it quickly, but Liverpool have had more of the ball. And then there's a foul by Kobbie Mainoo, centre field, on Gravenberch, and a free kick to Liverpool 6 or 7 yards inside their own half.
He looks good, I think. Gravenberch looks really good. Really composed in there. He's allowing himself to get the ball under pressure, and he's taking the hits. Sometimes he's staying up, sometimes he's going down, but I've not got enough fingers to count how many times Man United have given it away, and very sloppy. No pressure at all.
5 minutes of added time, and then Erik ten Hag is going to have to find the right words, find the inspiration. And for Manchester United now to turn this round against Liverpool, it's actually a stretch to think that they're going to be able to do that. However, I suppose they've got the inspiration of the FA Cup tie between the teams here last season, but in the league they've won precisely 1 of their last 12 matches against Liverpool. 2-0 they lead here, 2 goals from Luis Diaz. And let's get another update from Lords, from Eleanor Aldroyd.
Sri Lankan captain Dhananjaya De Silva has just left the field very slowly. He's out for 50, chopping onto his stumps from Gus Atkinson. Sri Lanka 273 for 8, just a matter of time for Sri Lanka. Could Gus Atkinson get another 5 for here?
And now a yellow card to make it worse for Manchester United. Yellow card for Kobbie Mainoo, just miscontrolled it, and as Gravenberch took it on, brought down by Mainoo. So that's now Xerxes, Mainoo and Martinez all on yellow cards for Manchester United.
But he was away again. Gravenberch's away. He's wrong side of Mainoo. He's getting into the final third, and Mainoo's had to pull him back again. That's happened 4 or 5 times for different players of United. Gravenberch really using his pace and his composure. They're in the wrong positions. They're not goal side.
Liverpool supporters in great voice, 2-0, and I see that Liverpool supporter who brought the 7 and the 0 obviously hasn't given up hope that there might be a repeat performance. Remember 3 seasons ago when they won here 5-0, and Mo Salah scored a hat-trick in that match. Salah's got a brilliant record here, as I mentioned. He's the top scorer in this fixture historically, and he's actually scored in Liverpool's last 6 matches against Manchester United here at Old Trafford. Worryingly for them, he's not on the scoreline yet. He's set up both goals for Diaz, and here is Diaz now on a hat-trick himself into the penalty area, but it bounces off Mazraoui back onto the Colombian and through for a goal kick.
Only just bounced off his shins. He had Mazraoui going in, going out. He went on his right foot, dropped his shoulder to go outside, and Mazraoui just sticks a foot out. It hits Diaz's legs and goes out for a goal kick, but he had him beaten yet again. So, listen, I don't know what he's going to say at half-time here, Ten Hag, but he's going to have to do something quickly.
Whereas, I suspect Arne Slot will be cracking some of the gags that he's famous for, the witticisms. 2-0 up at Old Trafford in his first visit here, just his 3rd Premier League match in charge. No Liverpool manager has won his first league match against Manchester United since Bob Paisley. Not even Jurgen Klopp could do that. Not Kenny Dalglish. 9 managers have tried to do that since Bob Paisley, not being able to. Well, he's bang on course, and as I say, Dion, you know, we've got over half of football to play yet, but this is quite a stretch of the imagination that Manchester United could turn this around.
Yeah, on this first half performance, I can't see where they're going to get any inspiration or goals or leadership from on that pitch. It's been pretty poor for 30 minutes of this half from Man United in regards keeping the ball, body language, creating chances. Who's taking charge?
2-0 Liverpool lead, and good value for it as well. Poor goals from a Manchester United point of view, absolutely glorious from a Liverpool point of view. Alexander-Arnold high to the edge of the penalty area. Martinez heads that away, and it's volleyed away downfield by Casemiro. That's way beyond Garnacho. Hoof, shout the Liverpool fans. Liverpool have got it back inside their own half. Erik ten Hag's first win as manager of Manchester United was against Liverpool, if you remember that one, in his 3rd match in charge. Arne Slot, his 3rd match in charge. It looks as though it's going to be a victory for him against Manchester United, and here at Old Trafford to boot. Gravenberch now down the right, but Kobbie Mainoo comes in with a challenge out of play. Throw in for the visitors over on the far side, and they're in great voice in the Liverpool section. A couple of thousand of them to our right. The rest of Old Trafford, Dion, very, very quiet.
Because they've had nothing to cheer about. There's nothing there. There's no spark. There's no chances. I mean, Alisson's just is a pedestrian.
Yep. Here is Szoboszlai now trying to angle it through. Salah on the turn. Dalot did just enough to take the ball away from him, and now Mainoo passes it forward. Bruno Fernandes. Now this could be something for Manchester United. Van Dijk and Konate are back. Xerxes works it forward. Bruno Fernandes, now white shirts back in numbers, and Van Dijk takes Bruno Fernandes out towards the far side and challenges him. Bruno Fernandes goes down. He's on his knees with his head on the ground. Virgil van Dijk extends the hand of friendship to his opposite number, the Manchester United captain, the 2 captains together. But he can afford to do that, Van Dijk, when his team are 2-0 up at half-time, which is what they are.
Yeah, they are, and they've been bet up. They really have. I mean, what I'm going to take from that little bit there, that summary that you've just said there, John, is white shirts back in numbers. That's what they do. They get back, attacking numbers, defending numbers, and they are rightly 2 up at half-time.
Yeah, could easily have had an early goal through Trent Alexander-Arnold. I have to say, we all thought it was, but Salah in an offside position meant that was ruled out. But no matter for Liverpool and for Arne Slot, because errors, mistakes, poor defending. Casemiro right at the heart of it from a Manchester United point of view, and from a Liverpool point of view, Luis Diaz with the finishing touches. And as the players head mingling together down towards the tunnel, Liverpool in almost complete charge. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 2. And Steve Crossman is here with us at Old Trafford, just to our left.
Thank you very much. I just got a tap on the shoulder, Dion, from my new celebrity friend, Emmett Scanlon, star of iPlayer series Kin. He said, how many listeners do you have? Can I take back my 4-1 prediction? The answer's 1.7 million. Total control for Liverpool. And also, before the 2 errors that Casemiro made, they were already giving the ball away constantly deep in their own half. It was just a question of when they were going to be punished.
Yeah, I agree. And I've got to say, yes, Casemiro's given the ball away a lot, but not just him. A lot of his teammates have been really sloppy. And I'm talking about the pass from De Ligt, which should have been to Mazraoui's feet. It was 5 yards behind him. And then you've got a throw-in, you throw it into your teammate and then he volleys it back out of play. That's a fine. In the footballing world, that's a fine. You don't do that. You've got to keep the ball. United have been so sloppy from the back. Middle of the park, they've been outplayed, they've been out-muscled. And up front, they haven't really created and committed Liverpool's defence at all. They've been really, really poor this first half.
There's another celebrity down there, friend of Five Live, Peter Schmeichel, who cannot move for people wanting photographs with him. I'm not sure he's in the mood right now, Peter. And
I know him as well, Steve. I know him as well, Peter.
Do you?
Yeah, I know Peter Schmeichel.
You mean they know you? That's what you mean. That's what they say. Also, I thought it was worth mentioning, watching Virgil van Dijk at 2-0 up when he was just basically wandering round an empty Liverpool half. As soon as they got 2-0 up, he started giving it the sort of calm it down hand signal as well. We know what Liverpool will do now, because we know after 2.5 games how they play under Arne Slot. It's called an identity.
It is, and they take it on board, Steve. You know, it's going to be hard for them because it's natural for them to go for 3 and 4 and 5, which was the Klopp's way. But you know, Slot's going to do things differently. I do believe that there's another 2 or 3 goals in this game, Steve. I really believe there's more goals. Liverpool, yes, I know they'll have been told how to come out this second half, but there'll be players out there that want to get on the score sheet and want their goal tally higher this season. So yeah, interesting second half, but United have got to be 100% better in the second half.
Are there another 2 wickets in England tonight? It's what they need if they want to wrap it up on day 4, Ellie Oldroyd.
You suspect there probably are. We are down into the bowlers now with Milan Ratnayaka, who's actually played well for his 35, and Lahiru Kumara. But we've seen 50s from Dimut Karunaratne, from Dinesh Chandimal, and from Dhananjaya De Silva, the captain. We've seen 4 wickets as well from Gus Atkinson, who could finish this test match with a century and a 5 in the second innings. But you kind of have to say, Stephen Finn, when you look at this Sri Lanka team, they seem to turn up in the second innings and not in the first innings.
Yeah, it's been a real shame, hasn't it? Because you look down their team 1 to 11 and they're actually pretty well balanced, and they've got a team that can compete. With the lack of preparation time and the alien conditions, they've just took a little bit of time to get into each test, and the game's been gone basically after 2 days. So they fought hard today, but too little, too late.
Well, I mean, arguably they lost it at the toss on day 1.
Yeah, they made a big mistake there, I think, by bowling first and inviting England to bat under blue skies on a good pitch here at Lord's. England put 427 on the board, and it looked like an uphill task, and even more so when Sri Lanka were bowled out for 196 in the first innings.
Only 2 more wickets to take for England, 288 for 4. Sri Lanka, though, keep racking up the boundaries, but I mean, they're 195 runs away from victory, so I think that is fair to say is not going to happen, Steve.
Sounds about right. Thank you very much, Ellie. You can get the commentary 5 Sports Extra with the TMS team. Couple of Super League scores for you. It's finished. Huddersfield Giants 10, St Helens 18. Still playing by the looks of it. London Broncos 20, Leeds Rhinos 20. Let's take it back to the Paralympic Games in Paris. Maz Farouqi's watching the swimming.
And Great Britain have an 8th gold medal in the pool here at these Paralympic Games, Steve. Remember, they won 8 in total in Tokyo, gold medals, and we've still got 6 days of this meet to come here in Paris. Maisie Summers-Newton with his supreme performance. She led from 25 metres to defend her 100-metre breaststroke title in the SB6 class, so for breaststroke swimmers with short stature like Maisie or equivalent. So that's her second gold of these games, remember, after she defended her IM title on Friday. 17-year-old Bruce Lee finished 5th in the men's race, by the way, but we've still got good medal chances with GB swimmers involved in 3 more finals. We've got a relay as well. We've got Alice Ty coming up shortly.
Thank you very much indeed, Maz Faruqi there at the Paralympic Games. Lots of other great live sport going on across the course of the day as well. Earlier in the F1, Charles Leclerc won a home Italian Grand Prix, very rare thing for Ferrari. Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris of McLaren completed the podium, keeping the pressure on Red Bull's Max Verstappen, who only finished 6th. In golf, Great Britain and Ireland beat USA to win back the Curtis Cup at Sunningdale. And at Lord's, Ellie Oldroyd,
Gus Atkinson has 5. Milan Ratnayaka caught behind for 43. He's finding this test business very easy indeed, Gus Atkinson. He's already on the honours board for his performances against West Indies in July. He's now on both honours boards for bowling and batting in this test match as well. 5 for 62 for Gus Atkinson. England need 1 more wicket to win.
and it's full time in the Championship at Bramall Lane. Stephen Wyeth.
And Sheffield United have got the better of previously impeccable Watford. A goal inside 90 seconds, enough for them. Callum O'Hare's solo effort it was, but they were worth much more. Kiefer Moore wasteful from the penalty spot and later from open play, and Gustavo Harmer took aim numerous times without the necessary composure. Watford's Ryan Andrews did hit the post in the second half, but anything better would have flattered Tom Cleverley's side. Watford booed off because there was aggro between the players just before and again after the final whistle. All a bit silly because Sheffield United can celebrate a first home win, Steve, since you were opening the 9th door of your advent calendar. A first win in the league since then, a 1-0 win over Watford.
One, I think, for 6:06. The lines will be open very shortly. 08085 909 693. Sheffield United fans, what do you think about that big win in the last game before the international break? Chelsea won, Crystal Palace won, Newcastle 2, Tottenham won 2 full times as well in the Premier League. We'll squeeze in what reaction we can to that shortly before second half commentary of Manchester United 0, Liverpool 2 from here inside Old Trafford. We'll do all of that after the news with Fraser Denton.
The voice of the UK.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Thanks, Steve. Good afternoon. Trade unions in Israel have called for a general strike tomorrow to force the government to reach a ceasefire deal with Hamas after the deaths of 6 hostages in Gaza. Their bodies were discovered in a tunnel in Rafah. Israel and Hamas have blamed each other for the deaths. Sir Keir Starmer has called the killings horrific and senseless and called on all sides to agree a ceasefire deal. Meanwhile, UN officials and local health workers in Gaza are carrying out a huge polio vaccination programme. They're hoping to inoculate 640,000 children under the age of 10 against the disease. Last month saw the first confirmed case in the territory for 25 years. The Commons leader has defended what she called some really difficult spending decisions the government has had to make. Lucy Powell told the BBC that ministers had to find savings, such as cutting winter fuel payments to millions of pensioners, or risk crashing the economy. And from today, people in Gwynedd in Wales will start to need to get planning permission to turn a house into a holiday let or a second home. The local authority has changed the rules to tackle what it calls a huge housing crisis, but opponents of the change say it will devalue every home in the area and make houses harder to sell.
This is the shocking moment English football has been dreading.
My name is Moses Swabu, and I used to be a professional footballer, but then I got in deep with organised crime.
A match-fixing investigator has highlighted 2 matches he says appear to have suspicious betting patterns.
And became a match fixer operating in the English League.
How honest are you going to be with me?
This is 100%. Join me for Sports Strangest Crimes presents Confessions of a Match Fixer. Listen on BBC Sounds.
This is 5 Live Sports.
5 Live Premier League Sunday.
With Steve Crossman.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Let's get some reaction to the earlier kickoffs in the Premier League. Newcastle beat Tottenham by 2-1. Here's Newcastle boss Eddie Howe.
Yeah, very pleased. Very difficult game. I'd say Tottenham played well today, made it difficult for us, but we're delighted with the character, the endeavour, the commitment and a little bit of quality that got us got us the win. We know that we can play better than that, and we have to play better than that in the future, but good signs that we're winning while not playing well.
I mean, you rode out kind of multiple storms there, especially in the second half, but there seemed to be a real desire that the goal was always there for you to get, and I thought Jacob Murphy and Alexander Isak, after frustrating games, especially for Isak, really showed that composure and quality right at the end.
Yeah, I mean, the winning goal was a great goal from our perspective. I think I always felt we were still an attacking threat in the game, even when we're under pressure, because we know we have the quality and we have pace that can hurt teams on transitions. Moment of quality from Joelinton, Jacob, very unselfish, and Alex's finish, and that will do him the world of good. I think Tottenham did really well in the second half. They pinned us back. We're frustrated with elements of our game, but also pleased with others, because you have to defend with the amount of balls they put in our box. You have to defend them well. I thought we did the majority of the game. There was a willingness to defend our goal, blocked a lot of shots. So there's some really good elements, and of course there's some elements we have to look at. We have to look at how easily they got through our structures. We're still building our fitness levels, I think that's clear, although we finished the game strongly. So lots to reflect on.
That is the Newcastle boss, Eddie Howe. Elsewhere, Chelsea drew 1-1 at home to Crystal Palace. Nicholas Jackson, who signed a 2-year contract extension today, opened the scoring in the first half. Berici Eze got the equaliser for Palace. During the game, Chelsea fans were calling for Will Hughes to get a second yellow card after giving away a free kick in the second half. Referee Jared Gillett didn't send him off. Oliver Glasner spoke about it afterwards to Match of the Day. Steve Wilson.
Honestly, were you a bit worried when Will Hughes conceded that free kick, having already had a yellow card?
Yeah, it would have been my fault, because we were talking about it at halftime. My assistant said, Oliver, what do you think? Maybe we should take him off, because the next foul could be the red card. And I said, no, Will is so experienced, he doesn't make the next foul. 3 minutes later, the manager would have been the silly guy. So, yes, but... Fortunately, the referee didn't give him the second yellow card, and so, yeah, then we reacted quick after half-time.
That's Oliver Glasner, and it's all over at Lord's. Ellie.
Yes, Chris Woakes taking the final wicket, but England winning by 190 runs. Sri Lanka 292 all out. They win the series, they win the test match. First defeat for Sri Lanka in London since 1991, which is extraordinary. But Gus Atkinson on the board with 5 wickets, first man to do that, and a century since Ian Botham in 1984. I mean, Stephen Finn, you just said to me, he'll have harder days.
I think, well, if he doesn't, then he's going to be the best test cricketer that's ever lived. He'd be the modern-day version of Don Bradman. But, yeah, quite a ridiculous start to his test career. He's took 33 wickets at an average of 18. He's been brilliant, fully deserves his 5 wickets again, but they bowled well in a unit, and that's what's won them this test match today. Absolutely.
So Woakes got a couple as well. Stone got a couple, and Bashir chipped in too. But, yeah, it has been, a dominant performance by England, but Sri Lanka put up a fight in their second innings. All out for 292, England win by 190 runs.
It's been a dominant performance by Liverpool in the first half here at Old Trafford, leading Manchester United by 2-0. 6:06 will follow us here. Robbie Savage is with us. Afternoon, Rob.
Afternoon, Steve. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. I think a lot of the callers might be based on what happens in the next 45 minutes.
Yeah, Manchester United giving the ball away ever so cheaply. The first goal, Casemiro, comfortable possession. But the structure of the team, it was 5v3 for Liverpool. Both full-backs up the park, recovery runs. When you lose the ball, sprint back towards your own goal. There wasn't enough of that for Manchester United. 2 brilliant finishes from Diaz. Liverpool in total control, but Manchester United have got to stop giving the ball away, Steve. Great win for Newcastle against Chris's Spurs. Chelsea with a point against Palace, and Chris was in Glasgow to see Celtic hammer Rangers 3-0. So 08285 909 693, Steve.
Thank you very much, Robbie. Yeah, 6:06 will follow us here at Old Trafford. Looks like we've got a change. John Murray.
Well, Casemiro is not coming out for the start of the second half, and instead 20-year-old Toby Collier, who's come through the Manchester United Academy. He was at Brighton initially, but joined the Manchester United Academy a couple of years ago. I mean, this is his position, defensive midfielder. We saw him in the Community Shield, Dion. But in he comes, 2-0 down, Manchester United to Liverpool as the second half begins. And we've got 20-year-old Toby Collier alongside 19-year-old Kobbie Mainoo in the Manchester United midfield. Good luck.
Yes, in a game of this magnitude, 2-0 down as well.
And it is Liverpool attacking already. And Jota now clipping it across, but beyond everyone, whether in a red shirt or a white Liverpool shirt. And it's out of play. And actually, Mazraoui has gone down and stayed down on the far side. So we'll have a little stoppage here. So the team's Manchester United with Onana in goal. A back four of Mazraoui, De Ligt, Martinez and Dalot. Now in midfield, Toby Collier, and this is his Premier League debut here that we're watching, coming on as a substitute at half-time. So Toby Collier and Kobbie Mainoo with captain Bruno Fernandes in midfield, and then Garnacho on the right, Rashford on the left, and Zirkzee making his first start for Manchester United, just like Matthijs de Ligt. Zirkzee up front and really was barely in the game in the first half, made a lot of little errors. Liverpool in charge, in command, call it what you like. 2 goals from Diaz in the first half. Mazraoui still down, by the way, and needing treatment, and this could be a lengthy stoppage. Liverpool with Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson, Gravenberch and McAllister, Salah, Szoboszlai, 2-goal Diaz and Diogo Jota. And I can tell you it's full-time. Kilmarnock 1, Hibs 1. Bruce Anderson scored a late equaliser with a penalty, so 1-1 at Rugby Park, and it's also finished Hearts 0, Dundee United 1. So Dundee United winning 1-0, Kilmarnock 1, Hibs 1, and there is some concern for Mazraoui, Dion Dublin.
Yeah, it was actually Mazraoui down the left-hand side, and Diogo Jota was chasing him back. Mazraoui goes to the ground. Jota tries to avoid him by stamping on him, but as he avoids him with his studs, he catches him with his knee. His knee's bent and he catches him on the back of the head, so maybe a little bit of concussion. He's lying down now. The physios have got hands either side of his head, sat above him, and got both hands on his ears, keeping his neck still.
Yeah, there is concern here, so the medical people are using all the time. Of course they would, and I noticed as well they're in communication as well with some of the medical people who are on the bench. We can see that via the screen that we've got here in the commentary position, that could be a lengthy stoppage here at the start of the second half, and also, you know, let's hope that everything's okay with him. But you know, to add an injury to Manchester United, Mason Mount's going to be out for several weeks with the injury that he's had, so more bad luck in that department. You know, as well as this result today, losing at Brighton last week, you know, another thing that Manchester United and Erik ten Hag is no repeat of the kind of injuries that they had during the whole course of last season.
Yeah, it's a worrying times. I mean, he's sat up now, which is good. We can see on our screens he's sat up. Looks incredibly groggy to me. It doesn't look very stable at all. He's having a drink of water and he's talking at the moment, so he's okay. Let's just hope he's okay to carry on. There'll be a test, I would imagine, when he gets up.
But looking at him, you'd have to doubt that he's going to be okay to continue in the match. He's pointing to where he had a bang on his head, which was at the back. So he's in, you know, he's compass mentis enough to be able to talk, but he's still sitting talking on his bottom on the pitch. They're giving him water to drink, so they continue to assess him as he is actually now just getting to his feet. And there's no indication that a change is going to be made. I see Harry Maguire is just returning to the dugout down there here at Old Trafford, in amongst all of that red Manchester brick. Not sure whether he's getting himself ready or not. He might well be. Mazraoui has left the field over on the far side in front of the Sir Alex Ferguson stand. He's just limbering up, he's swinging his hips around, and I think he will come back on. I can tell you that Harry Kane scored this afternoon with a penalty for Bayern Munich. They're winning 1-0 against Freiburg in the Bundesliga. So play resumes, and I think Mazraoui is going to come back on, just waiting to be waved on. Ball out of play for a throw into Liverpool, just down in front of us. 6:06 to follow, as we heard from Robbie Savage. So 08085 909 693 if you're on your way back from Chelsea 1, Crystal Palace 1, Newcastle 2, Tottenham 1, if you're at Celtic 3, Rangers 0, and if you're at any of those other matches as well, then the would love to hear from you. 08085 909 693 on a Sunday evening, as is the case all the way through the season. BBC 606, hashtag BBC 606 as well. Mazraoui is back onto the field. Here now is Rashford on the left-hand side for Manchester United, but his misplaced pass in field, couldn't find Bruno Fernandes. Tackle back to win it for Liverpool. Now clear of the halfway line, where Dallot's able to chest it down, take it away from Salah and play it back into the centre circle. And Mazraoui now in possession. Think he's okay, Dion? I think so. He's making himself available for the ball.
Yeah, I hope so. Let's just give him five minutes to see how he
here he is.
Gets back up to speed of the game.
Here he is receiving it, Mazraoui, then using Garnacho, and then back Manchester United go into their own half. They're still playing in the Huddersfield St Helens match. Huddersfield 10, St Helens 18. And sorry, it's full time there. Huddersfield 10, St Helens 18, and they are still playing London 20, Leeds 20 in the Super League. Manchester United with the ball in front of their own penalty area. And I suppose the target, Dion, for Manchester United, get a goal and see where it leads you.
Yeah, keep the ball first and foremost. Find a teammate with your pass. That's what you've got to do. It's slow. It's with Onana. They're just trying to play their way out. But Liverpool have got all these traps set again, and they win the ball back again. Liverpool, and they're back in control again. This is when United have got to squeeze and keep them in.
And let's now remember the FA Cup quarter-final last season, when round about this time in the match you thought, well, Liverpool will win this and Liverpool will go through. Mainu plays it on, Collier heads it back, Xerxes, low shot, but it's saved. Down to his left, Alisson did well. Two hands. Looked as though it might have been bound for top corner, bottom corner from Xerxes. Well, there's his first attempt on goal in the match, and it's saved by Alisson.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad effort, actually, to be fair.
Garnacho now on the right. Garnacho's cross. Oh, it's gone all the way over to Rashford, who couldn't get a touch on it, so has to scamper out here to the left-hand side, take up possession again. United attacking towards the Stretford end. Rashford's ball in, deflected, headed away on the edge of the 6-yard box, and then Szoboszlai and Konate complete the Liverpool clearance. There's a little bit of encouragement suddenly for Manchester United.
Yeah, because they haven't hesitated when they've got into good positions. They've just crossed it, they've put it into good areas. If they have played the pass, they've played it with purpose, and it's got there.
So Liverpool with the 2-0 lead, but that is the hope, and there you are, you can hear the Stretford end. That's the encouragement that they wanted. And as I say, that FA Cup tie last season, mentioned the fact at the start of the match that Erik ten Hag and Manchester United didn't lose against Liverpool last season, but they could easily have lost all three of those matches. In the end, 2 draws in the league and the win in the FA Cup. Here's Gravenberch now, and now Alexander-Arnold just down in front of us. Liverpool attacking towards the end where their supporters are in the corner. If you've been to Old Trafford, you know exactly where they're all sitting, making their noise. Buoyant they are. Gravenberch with a run towards the corner of the penalty area. I have to say, this is the best I've seen him, Gravenberch, in a Liverpool shirt in the matches of Liverpool that I've seen live. Van Dijk playing it through the middle, then back it goes towards the halfway line, and Liverpool are now comfortable again in possession. Here is Luis Diaz, who did score here in the 2-2 last season, now 2 goals today, but going back towards the edge of his own penalty area, and Liverpool. This is the control that we're expecting to see. This is, when I came here today, wondering what to expect from Arne Slot's Liverpool, this is the kind of thing that I was anticipating. His team attempting to control the game, certainly in the position that they're in with this 2-goal lead. Dallot forward for Manchester United. Van Dijk then volleys it forward. Jota is there. There's space here. There is space. And he finds Alexander-Arnold on the halfway line. And off he goes. Zoom. Alexander-Arnold gives it to Salah. Salah, touch from Szoboszlai. Alexander-Arnold shoots it. Hits the legs of De Ligt. And the offside flag is up. De Ligt blocked the shot, but the flag was up in any case.
It's so easy for Liverpool, it really is. I don't know what the flag's gone up for, possibly for Salah, I'm not sure. But it's just easy, it's a few little triangles, it's a set back from Gravenberch into Trent Alexander's feet, and we've got a replay here. I'm not sure what that was an offside flag for. Oh, it's for Salah. Salah
it
offside.
Was the initial pass, yeah, the first pass that set Salah through.
It's too easy though, isn't it? Too easy for them to play through United.
Yeah, but delightful if you're a Liverpool watcher of this match. And really, in many ways, it is a repeat of some of the recent dominant displays by Liverpool against Manchester United. But then cheers, because it's a yellow card for Liverpool. after Gravenberch committed the foul. And
I think it was Van Dijk.
Oh, Van Dijk it is, hence the cheer, because it's Van Dijk who's been shown the yellow card. So the Liverpool captain is booked for the challenge on Bruno Fernandes.
Great little turn as well from Bruno Fernandes, I've got to say, really good turn, trying to set his team off, but halted.
Manchester United lose it, Mazraoui. Now here they come again. Salah with a chance, shoots in. There he is, his customary goal here at Old Trafford for Liverpool. The bow and arrow celebration. Mo Salah makes it 3-0 Liverpool. And now, amazingly, Salah has scored in Liverpool's last 7 matches here at Old Trafford against Manchester United. What a record that is. The man who scored more goals than anyone else in Liverpool-Manchester United matches scores his 15th goal against Manchester United and surely puts this out of sight. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3.
Yeah, too easy, far too easy. They break through the lines, they play quickly, they have players either side of them. It's an easy pass. Salah's on the right-hand side, he's running down the line of the 6-yard box as you run from back to front. United giving the ball away in their own third. Get it to Salah quickly. Salah just passes it in the back of the net, no problem at all. There we go. Left-footed, near post. Oh no, no problem at all.
Oh, they've given it away again, Manchester United. Now Salah's into the box on his left foot. Danger, danger! Shoots over the bar from 12 yards. He can't believe he hasn't put that into the back of the net for 4-0. He puts his hands on his face and he looks to the heavens above Old Trafford. Somehow he cleared the crossbar.
Yeah, I've no idea how that's... For me, and for that man on my screen, Mo Salah, it's an easier chance for him. It really is. And he's put it over the bar. Could have been, should have been 4. Liverpool are absolutely wiping the floor with United at this present time. United look lost.
United look a shell. And that was another mistake that lost possession inside their own half. Now young Collier, Liverpool have got too much for him. They're running rings around Manchester United. And Szoboszlai, Salah, Gravenberch, now McAllister, back to Salah, left foot curler, took a deflection, which took it wide of the far post for a corner.
I'm not quite sure what I'm watching here. United just standing, hands on hips, looking at each other. There's not one player, Liverpool have got a corner, there's not one player at this present time talking with a red shirt on, trying to organise or say what's going on. Nobody at all, they're all shell-shocked.
Corner for Liverpool. Salah with a shot that was deflected, what a foot wide of the post. I see Diaz was diving in as well. He was inches away from getting the contact that would have brought him a hat-trick. And with that goal, by the way, Salah has scored in Liverpool's first 3 matches of the season. He's never done that before, Mo Salah. Corner for Liverpool, into the near post. Collier got his blonde head to it, hasn't cleared the penalty area. It bounces off Mazraoui for Konate, who swung one of those long legs at it and just sent it high over the top of the crossbar into the fans behind the goal.
Right, goal kick for Manchester United. In my opinion, right this second, you don't try and play out, get the ball forward, get into the middle part of the pitch and try and play away from your goal, because you're giving the ball away in such dangerous areas. There's no confidence in these red shirts at all. Liverpool in the white shirts are passing it about at will. So easy.
Yeah, this is really bringing back, Dion, memories of that 7-0 that we spoke about in the first half at Anfield 2 seasons ago, and the 5-0 here the season before that. You know, the record wins that Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool had over Manchester United. Now they come again, Diaz. Salah again, far too easy. And actually, had it not been for a misplaced pass by Salah there, then Liverpool could have been in again. It's like a shooting gallery.
It is, and you know, I don't know, it's happened so many times, they're giving the ball away, but there's no reaction at all. And I've been saying this for the last 10 minutes. There's still no reaction. Liverpool looks sharp. Man United are not quite sure what to do.
As Collier wins the ball back on the halfway line from Gravenberch. Zirkzee now to Rashford. Rashford up against Konate, but again Liverpool get the numbers back. You can hear the frustration from the home sections, but I guess the feeling is that Manchester United there, Rashford, didn't go for the jugular on an occasion when they could do. And so Manchester United now, here's Menu. He's got some space here, Menu. Square. Collier took a touch, but was leaned into by Salah, who wins the ball back. And Liverpool break away now, dangerously. Little touch from Salah. Diaz challenged by Mazraoui, and that's a foul, and it's a free kick to Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, the one earlier, Marcus Rashford, one-on-one with Konate. Just take it down the left-hand side, Marcus. Use your pace and your power and your skillful behaviour. Take the ball past him, get yourself a shot off, show us some positivity. He drops his shoulder, comes back inside, keeps the ball. That's where we need Marcus, one-on-one. Fans are getting so frustrated now, United fans.
Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. If you've just joined us, 5 Live, the World Service from the BBC. You can listen as well via BBC Sounds. Might be another one of those matches where Liverpool fans want to listen again to the commentary over and over again, because this could be anything. If it carries on like this could be another humbling day for Manchester United against Liverpool. They've got to find something. I don't know where can the spark possibly come from for Manchester United, but they've got to find one. Leeds have won that Super League match, by the way, 21-20 on the golden point against bottom of the table London, as Onana passes the ball forward. Mazraoui's being chased there by Szoboszlai, who set up the third goal for Salah. So Salah's set up 2 goals and scored 1. Amazing record he has against Manchester United. That is 12 goals in 14 Premier League appearances against Manchester United, and now 15 in 16 in all competitions. As I say, the record scorer in Manchester United-Liverpool matches. Here's Zirkzee, but in comes Konate, wins the ball cleanly and simply, passes it over the top, but that will run all the way through to the Manchester United goalkeeper, all in purple, Onana, who overarms it out. So 0885 909 693 to talk to Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton about these events and others.
And that last ball there from Konate, is a really poor ball, but if it's a good ball, then Salah's in again, one-on-one with the keeper.
Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. Ball's out of play on the halfway line. Now we're going to head to Paris and Maz Farouki.
Yeah, she was disappointed with her silver in her breaststroke final, but it is gold for Brock Whiston in the 200-metre individual medley in the SM8 class. She made up the metres on her teammate Alice Ty, who had led in the early stages quite brilliantly on the breaststroke leg. So she touches first, and Ty gets bronze. So 2 more medals on the board for the GB swimmers at these Paralympic Games.
Rashford with a cross from the left-hand side. Zirkzee with a chance. Dion, edge of the 6-yard box with a header, but too close to Alisson, who made the save.
Yeah, the keeper should get nowhere near that. Get your neck muscles on that one. Really pound that in the back of the net. He should really score. Easy save for the keeper.
That's what they need. Manchester United, that would have been a lifeline. That's a big chance for Zirkzee.
It's a huge chance, John, and it's a chance that he should be scoring. It's those kind of chances where you've got to get those, you've got to hit the target away from the keeper, get yourself back into the game, and you've got to want it and mean it when you head it. Don't let it hit you.
Dion Dublin with us, 5 Live in the World Service. Manchester United in the red shirts, Garnacho, first start of the season, but really Manchester United in an attacking sense have been so quiet. And then Diaz is challenge tackled by De Ligt. However, referee waves the advantage. Jota into the penalty area, still Jota. Manchester United with Martinez put the tackle in on him. Anthony Taylor says, yeah, I've taken note of the De Ligt challenge. Forward now to Rashford. Rashford, though, just miscontrolled it, does keep it in. Konate's with him, and Konate gets something on it to put it out of play. And Anthony Taylor says, yeah, hang on. We'll stop play there. Don't take the throw yet, because that's a yellow card for De Ligt for that foul on Luis Diaz on the halfway line.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lunge, actually, from De Ligt for me. Diaz got there first, he's sprinting, he just gets over the halfway line into Manchester United's half. He's getting to the ball first, always getting to the ball first, and De Ligt has committed himself. Is he lucky? Is he lucky? It's just a yellow. That's a very, very heavy challenge.
It is. Yellow card. So De Ligt booked on his first start. Zirkzee booked. That's 4 Manchester United players now on yellow cards.
Liverpool players? Any yellows for Liverpool players?
Van Dijk. That's it. So we're going to see Cody Gakpo very shortly. Cody Gakpo, that's just it. When Liverpool have all of these forward players, and Darwin Núñez is on the bench as well. So it is Luis Diaz. No hat-trick at Old Trafford then for Luis Diaz. He comes off with 2 goals to his name. He's having his name sung by the Liverpool fans in the corner to our right. 3 goals in 3 appearances this season. He's off to a roaring start under the new manager. And he comes off to a chorus of his own song, and he claps his hands and he waves to them. And there's high fives all around down there before he takes his seat. So Cody Gakpo comes on, still looking for his first goal of the season after his joint golden boot at the Euros in the summer. One of the 6 joint winners, I think it was, in the end, wasn't it? Here's De Ligt on the halfway line. 3-0 Liverpool lead as Mazraoui goes all the way back to Onana, who will then pass it long through the middle, flicked on by Dalot, who was still up there, cleared away by Alexander-Arnold. Salah just comes into the space, receives the ball, and then with a flourish passes it down the right wing to Szoboszlai, and Szoboszlai cross headed wide by the newly arrived Gakpo, just coming onto it, sort of stun header, but probably 4 or 5 yards wide in the end.
Yeah, I think if he'd about another couple of minutes on the pitch, getting up to the speed of game, I think he might hit the target. If he hit the target with that, it's a goal.
Yeah, and I think as Manchester United take this short goal kick, you know, part of the issue here is that Erik ten Hag has talked about wanting to show progress, and yes, they won the FA Cup at the end of last season, but in the league last season, finishing 22 points behind Liverpool, the promise was that this is an ongoing project. Signings have been made. I know it's early days, and Manuel Ugarte is sitting in the stands here. He'll be on the pitch, I'm sure, when they play Southampton in their first match after the international window. But I'm afraid this looks like more of the same for Erik ten Hag's Manchester United when it comes to playing against the best teams.
Yeah, seem to be way off it. They really do. Liverpool are excuse me, a class above, because United have just been under so much pressure when they have the ball. They haven't been able to handle the pressure. They're giving the ball away, physically giving it away as well. I don't know what shape they're playing at the moment. I can't see a shape for United either.
Ball on the halfway line, Rashford playing it infield, but at waist height for Menu. Really gave him little chance there, the pass from 4 or 5 yards. Collier, then to Bruno Fernandes. Here's one for Garnacho to chase to the edge of the penalty area. Van Dijk just was able to stop his progress. Then McAllister in on Garnacho. The international teammates together, the 2 Argentines. Kobbie Mainoo was then brought down. So it's a free kick to Manchester United out there towards the right corner of the box. Maguire and Amad Diallo are going to come on. I'm sure some Manchester United supporters will say that Amad Diallo should have been starting the match. But De Ligt, that's the end of his first start for Manchester United, and Harry Maguire, back in the England squad this week, is going to come on to replace him. And is it going to be Rashford or Garnacho, Dion? The number is Garnacho. Listen to this reaction. Just listen to this. The Manchester United supporters here do not like that decision of Erik ten Hag to take off Garnacho. And Erik ten Hag waits for him, claps him off the field, gives him a pat on the back of the head. And listen, as we mentioned, an issue is, I'm sure Erik ten Hag will say it, he went to the tournament with Argentina during the summer. They went all the way, they won the Copa America. He's eased him back in this season, probably part of the plan.
Yeah, probably, but I don't think any United player really has really set the world alight. They've got a good free kick here in a good area as well. They've got to do something quickly as well. I think Garnacho is one for the future, but no player out there in the red shirt really can take anything from this game.
Free kick taken by Fernandes in towards the back post. Maguire got there and headed it back across goal, but Alisson was able just to stand feet wide apart and put up his gloves, fingers up, and catch it in front of his chest. And I think part of the implied criticism of the booing there was, don't you, that it should be Rashford coming off,
yes,
and not Garnacho.
100%, 100%. If there was a think bubble above that noise, I would have been, why aren't you not taking Marcus off instead of Garnacho? That's what they wanted.
Liverpool leading 3-0. 20 minutes to play. Given away by Alexander-Arnold. Passed it straight to Maguire. Now Kobbie Mainoo. Mainoo just motoring around in midfield. He'll be involved. I suspect he'll be starting Kobbie Mainoo for Lee Carsley in Dublin next Saturday evening. Collier chipping the ball across. 5 Live, the place to listen to that, by the way. Now here's Rashford receiving it on the left. Takes on Alexander-Arnold, tries to go around him. Excellent recovery from Alexander-Arnold. Just got there, just got a touch before Rashford rounded him. And the Liverpool defender won that particular duel. But it was a good contest, that one.
I thought Marcus has actually gone round Trent done well. He used his body really well, ushered Marcus off the pitch, sort of spun round and just kept the ball in play, kept the ball to one of his teammates. I just think Marcus, he knew what he wanted to do. He thought he had the beating of Trent, but that was really good defending.
Liverpool on their way to another 3 points. Be a full house for Arne Slot in his first 3 matches. 9 points out of 9 with this 3-0 lead. And until Manchester United are able to get themselves on the score sheet, it's not in the slightest doubt. So this is the last match of this current round of Premier League fixtures. And we will have commentary on Thursday, Friday and Saturday. Scotland, Poland, Wales, Turkey, Republic of Ireland, England. All 3 matches. 5 Live, the place to listen to the commentary, and via BBC Sounds. In the Nations League, Dalot to Mazraoui. Now here is Amad Diallo into the penalty area, tries to go between 2 Liverpool men, runs direct running at the Liverpool defenders, wins a corner.
That's all you want, that's all the fans want. He's just gone at 2 white shirts. He hasn't done anything with it, but he's committed them to do something, forced them to defend. He's got a corner.
He has. That's what he's been doing over the course of the matches this season. We saw him, didn't we? As he will take the corner into the near post. It's headed away. Alisson went for it. I think Konate got to it first. Nodding back in Mazraoui. Maguire's still there, goes down in instalment, as they used to say. And it's cleared away. Out to Dalot. He might try a shot. No, he plays it. Amad Diallo now in the area on the right-hand side. Little ball across. Overhead kick is wide by Martinez. That would have been some goal by the central defender, and he wasn't far wide. A real spectacular bicycle kick, but wide.
Yeah, Amad's, he's been on a couple of minutes, but since he's been on, all the best has come down his side. He's taken players on, he's got a corner, he's just left one into a brilliant area there. Martinez is trying to overhead kick this one in the opposite way that you should try and score an overhead kick, but it gets good contact, all from the right-hand side. Amad's come on.
Yeah. 3-0 to Liverpool, the score remains, though a scoreline that does not look good for Erik ten Hag, fresh from signing his new contract. And we said, didn't we, right at the end of last season, that once the fixtures came out, as soon as we saw that the 3rd match was at home to Liverpool, that could easily mean early pressure for Erik ten Hag. Will be 2 defeats in a row after the opening win, the late win against Fulham, and then defeat at Brighton, and now defeat at home to Liverpool. Unless they can produce the totally unexpected. Gravenberch down the line for Salah. Salah now with Dalot shoulder to shoulder, and it's the Manchester United defender who's got the best of that. Although Anana very nearly gave it straight back to Salah. He's passed it out of play for a throw to Liverpool, just 10-12 yards away from the corner flag on the right-hand side, that he's going to give to Alexander-Arnold to take. Jota inside the penalty area. Some more goals today for the Liverpool front 3, 2 for Diaz, 1 for Salah. They've started well, whoever's playing in those positions. Here's Gravenberch infield, but that's misplaced for Bruno Fernandes, who's able to turn away, and Bruno Fernandes slips as he passes the ball forward for Amad Diallo to chase. Alisson's come right out of his penalty area over there on the far side and has chipped it out of play. Throw in that Manchester United will take quickly with the ball from the cone. Mazraoui to Diallo, surrounded by white Liverpool shirts inside the area, and the ball wouldn't come down from, and Liverpool have been able to clear. But without question, Amad Diallo has brought real energy to Manchester United since he's come on.
Because he's ran forward. Bruno Fernandes is leaving his own half. He's under pressure from behind. You need teammates in front of you to make a run or find a bit of space. All he wants to do is run forward, get the ball in behind. I'll get at players. It's positive.
Got to see another couple of Liverpool substitutes now. Darwin Núñez and Conor Bradley. So Trent Alexander-Arnold is coming off. He so thought that he got on the score sheet at Old Trafford. I mean, that would have been a career highlight for Trent Alexander-Arnold. The score against Manchester United for the first time, the score at Old Trafford at the Stretford end. But Salah in an offside position meant that it was ruled out. So young Conor Bradley is coming on. He'll be off with Northern Ireland over the course of the next week or so. The number 84 after his breakthrough season last season, the 21-year-old as he is now. And just waiting to see the other number come up. Darwin Núñez is on the field now, so somebody's left the pitch on the far side. It's Jota, so straight swap there with Darwin Núñez, who won't be involved with Uruguay after getting a 5-match international ban for what happened at the end of Uruguay's Copa America campaign. 5-match international ban. Don't think there'll be too many complaints from his club manager that he'll be getting a rest and won't be going away with Uruguay. Marcelo Bielsa will be less pleased. Here's Salah on the halfway line. Salah turning it to his right. Here is now Conor Bradley, who just turns back and will look at Gravenberch, who just drops back into position and goes back into his own half. Yep, Ryan Gravenberch is certainly looking like a Dutchman who is flourishing under the tutelage of the new Dutch Liverpool coach. We'll have the live interviews with the managers. They will be very different. Erik ten Hag and Arne Slot during the course of 606, so wait out for that. And if you miss it there, then they will be on the 5 Live Football Daily in the morning. We also had a special 5 Live Football Daily this week with Lee Carsley's first interview with us as England's interim coach, so you can find that as well on the Football Daily feed, Lee Carsley's full interview. Here's Szoboszlai. Mazraoui steps forward. Mazraoui gets a touch on that as well. Here's Amad Diallo over on the far side. Amad Diallo turning, bringing it infield. Still going, but under pressure. Collier is there for Manchester United on his Premier League debut. The half-time substitute finds Rashford on the left-hand side. They wanted Rashford to run at Bradley. He didn't. He checked back and he passed it infield. Again, more groans from the home supporters. Martinez now to Collier. Collier has Rashford to his left. Here we go. Rashford against Collier. Comes inside, right foot across to the back post. That is slid right across the face of goal and wide by Zirkzee. I'm not sure how he didn't deflect that into the back of the net. But it went right across goal, almost at right angles, and missed the post by a foot and went wide.
Yeah, that's Marcus Rashford actually just getting the ball out of his feet and just putting it into a great area. Zirkzee's on the far post, misses all the white shirts, he's in, and he just cannot guide it on the volley, lunging forward towards goal. He just literally steers it back across the goal again. No red shirts for a tap-in, but he should really score there. Gets that all wrong.
3-0 Liverpool, but Manchester United have missed some chances now in this match. So have Liverpool, mind. Here's Salah, back to Gravenberch. Gravenberch, then forward McAllister. Bradley across, Szoboszlai, can't miss surely. No, in comes the challenge, and the chance is gone. Well, if Szoboszlai had gone for that first time, but there were bodies in the way, and in the end, his hesitation meant that the Manchester United defenders blocked the effort.
Now, if that doesn't get the Manchester United backs up, if they don't get angry after that, Szoboszlai can quite easily score to make it 4. That's really annoyed me as an ex-Man United player. He's trying to score an easy goal. He's trying to make the defenders look stupid by making them dive. He hasn't. Manchester United players should know that, and it should really, really hurt them. It really should. It should be 4-0, but he's taking the Michael, I will say. That's what I will say.
Mind you, I suppose he would say that he's got every right to do that, given the number of opportunities and the ease with which Liverpool have created chances for large parts of the second half. And here's Diallo, though, at the other end away, running into the penalty area. Across it goes for Collier, but Gravenberch was just able to get a foot in on that to take it away from the youngster and out for a corner to Manchester United again.
Yes. Back to what you were saying, John. If they do win this one, yes, he has the right. If they don't, he'll look very suited.
Yeah. Corner then from the far side that Diallo will take. Harry Maguire takes up his customary position at the back post, and in it comes and is cleared away by the first man, Gravenberch, who just whacks it out on the far side for a throw, which is taken quickly by Manchester United. 10 minutes to go. 10 more minutes of this for Manchester United's supporters. Finished 22 points behind Liverpool in the Premier League last season, and there appears still to be quite the gulf between these two great clubs, the two most successful clubs in England. As Amad Diallo tries a shot from way out on the right-hand side, but got underneath that, and it sends it sailing away beyond the far post and behind. And with that, into the last 10 minutes, that is the signal for hundreds, possibly thousands of Manchester United fans to get up and leave their seats and head to the exits. And they are being waved off with gusto by the Liverpool supporters.
Yes, it's obviously clear. It's clear to see here. As I look around the stadium, you can see all the stairwells just filling up. You can see backs just going down the stairs, disappearing down the stairs. Thousands of people leaving. I can see more and more red seats now.
08085 909 693 to talk to Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage about this. If you're already a Manchester United fan and you're already in your car or on the tram, 08085 909 693. I'm sure they'd love to hear from you. And after 6:06 tonight, by the way, it'll be back to Paris for more coverage of the Paralympics and lots of live sport over the course of the next week. We'll have commentary all week from the US Open tennis in New York, the second week of that. The Paralympics, obviously, the last week of that. The third test after England's win today. We will have commentary from the Oval on Friday, Test Match Special back on. And looking more widely, big day for 5 Live tomorrow, because tomorrow afternoon from 2 o'clock, Matt Chorley's new programme live from Westminster every weekday afternoon between 2 and 4. Really looking forward to hearing what he brings to the 5 Live airwaves. So Kostas Tsimikas waiting to come on. That'll be the next Liverpool change, the fourth one that Arne Slot will make. How good must he feel? 3 wins out of 3 coming for Arne Slot after his move from Feyenoord to fill those massive shoes of Jurgen Klopp. Can't do much better than start off with 3 wins out of 3, and it's forward now for Nunez through the middle, but just beyond him, and Onana is able to clutch it. 3 wins out of 3, 3 clean sheets, Dale.
It's not bad, is it? It's not bad, and they look so organised. They look as though they know what they're doing. It's I'm not going to say it's a totally different way of playing the game, but they just look more composed under pressure. To come here and to win this game like they have, as simply as they made it look, fair play to you.
So Tsimikas coming on now to replace Andy Robertson, the Scotland captain, after what has been his 300th appearance for Liverpool. Great milestone, that. Great character, excellent footballer.
Yeah, great character, great left back, great captain, everything about him. He's a winner, and I think he's one of those Liverpool players that the new ones will look to say, you know, how does it work here? He'll tell them.
Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3, 2-0 at half-time. When you look at it now, you know, it did feel that it was beyond Manchester United at half-time after Luis Diaz's 2 goals. Salah got his customary goal here at Old Trafford to make it 3-0. Nunez, you know, Salah was on his heels. Actually, Gakpo still might get there. No, Mazraoui was able to get there first. So Onana chips it back out to Mazraoui. That's short. Nunez chasing that against Mainu. It's out of play for a throw-in to Manchester United. And as I say, Mo Salah picking up yet another goal for Liverpool at Old Trafford. That is now 10 goals in his last 7 appearances for Liverpool here in this stadium. You know, as a Liverpool player, to have a record like that, I mean, that's the stuff of dreams.
It is, but what Salah he's played on for the second half, he's played right in front of us where we're sat here watching this game, and the amount of work he gets through without the ball is incredible for his team, helps his team get the ball back, and then he's off again to try and make things happen offensively. Outstanding footballer, that's why you get so many goals. It's not luck.
Yep, scoring in all 3 matches, the start of the season for the first time. The new streamlined Mo Salah with his short haircut, and a free kick to Manchester United, 10 yards inside their own half with 5 minutes of the match to go. Erik ten Hag, difficult questions coming his way after the match. but nothing that he's not used to, as Dalot has a little dart, and then Gravenberch, who's certainly been a contender for the man of the match. The Liverpool midfielder puts in the challenge. And what have Manchester United got next, Dion, after the internationals? Southampton away, they've got Barnsley in the League Cup, Crystal Palace away, and then the start of their Europa League campaign against 20. And they've got some interesting matches there against Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce. Rangers are amongst their opponents, and then Tottenham at home after that. They need inspiration. They probably need Ugarte. Fortunately for them, they've already got him, as Xerxes makes way. Christian Eriksen comes on to replace them. Disappointing day for young Xerxes on his first start.
Couldn't get into it, could he? Couldn't get his foot on the ball. He couldn't bring his teammates into play. Didn't really get into goal-scoring positions apart from the one at the end. Didn't really threaten Liverpool's back four at all, actually.
So Eriksen's on for his first Manchester United appearance of the season. 3-0 Liverpool as United, well, right over on the far side. Fernandes goes for goal from way out on the right flank and just blasts it away high over the crossbar, and I'm not sure what that was supposed to be.
No, frustration maybe. Did he see the keeper off his line? Was it poor execution anyway? I mean, I've got to say the three in the middle of the park for Liverpool have been brilliant. Szoboszlai's been brilliant. Gravenberch probably man of the match, and McAllister's been very steady. The three of them always in contact. They raise their head, their teammates there, they've got an easy pass. If they want to play the hard pass, they can, but three of them being really close and can compact together, really strong in there.
Yeah, it really is a tale of two cities, this, between these clubs. 3-0 Liverpool lead. Always likely to be lots to talk about and discuss after this match, and that is the case. So Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton standing by to take your calls. 08 085 909 693. You can read all about it on the BBC Sport website and app. Both Phil McNulty and Simon Stone are here today. They'll be writing about it right now. Highlights on Match of the Day 2 tonight. Watch them anytime. It's on BBC One. Watch them anytime on iPlayer. And as I say, the 5 Live Football Daily podcast every morning for all of the fallout. Here's Manchester United in possession. Back to Martinez. Martinez just dwells on the ball, passes it to his right to Maguire, and then Maguire, and that's a poor touch from Amad Diallo, which means that Liverpool and Darwin Núñez have it back, and Darwin Núñez just passes it into the space now, and Bradley takes it on, and Bradley uses Salah, and Salah goes left-footed in towards the back post where Gakpo is arriving, and in the end Onana scrambling, Gakpo got a foot to it but could only deflect it beyond the far post.
Yeah, it's an in-swinging cross from Mo Salah from the corner of the box, and you see Onana's come flying out. He gets something on it at the far post, Gakpo, but couldn't direct it. If he could direct it towards goal, he would have scored again. Onana committed.
So 3-0, Liverpool continue to lead. Here's Rashford again on the left-hand side. There will be plenty of calls about Marcus Rashford, of that I don't doubt. And Rashford now hits a cracking pass, actually, right across field to Amad Diallo. Takes it down in the box on the right-hand side. It's left now to Mazraoui, who chips it across, headed away by Bradley, comes out to Collier, but then back into the path of Bradley, who's able to volley it away downfield. And cheers, and what a touch from Salah into the path of Szoboszlai. And now it's 3 against 2 for Liverpool. This could be the fourth. Szoboszlai back towards Gakpo on the edge of the penalty area, and then Núñez with a shot from the edge of the box, which curled narrowly wide of the foot of the post.
Wow, could that have been a penalty? Could have been a free kick, edge of the box against Gravenberch. Núñez takes his shot, misses the target, but I just feel that, again, I mean, that touch out the sky from Salah was just brilliant. But then Salah goes on the overlap of the player that has the ball, so he plays the ball on, they break, and he gets up with play. Energy, wanting to help your teammate out. If that was a free kick, by the way, it would have been outside, I think.
So it is a goal kick to Manchester United after the Núñez shot. I mentioned last season the 62 attempts that Liverpool had against Manchester United in the 2 matches. I wonder how many attempts it is now for Liverpool in this match. It's 28 in the game last season in the 2-2 draw. You know, they've really stacked up, haven't they, during the course of the second half. Collier, then Dalot, and the total is 11. Just 11, although they might not have put that last one on yet, but it feels like more, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, because they've had so much possession. They've looked very composed in the final third. They've chosen the right pass at the right time, overcomplicated it with Szoboszlai. Could have scored the fourth quite easily, but he was trying to take the mick too much.
5
Get
minutes.
the game's done.
5 minutes of added time, and the ball's out of play for a throw into Liverpool. On 5 Live, Steve Crossman, who's here with us, will wrap everything up before we hand things on to 606. The Grand Prix, if you haven't heard that, Checkers Flag podcast for all the news. The winner was, little pause, Charles Leclerc in his Ferrari. So Ferrari winning at Monza. You might have heard that online a little earlier on. And a great win. I must mention Katrina Matthew, who was with us at the Open Golf Championship. The great Katrina Matthew led Great Britain and Ireland's golfers to victory at Sunningdale in the Curtis Cup this afternoon. So well done to them and to Katrina Matthew. Liverpool on the way to a notable victory of their own here at Old Trafford, where red seats are appearing all around the ground. Empty red Manchester United seats. Although Amad Diallo's certainly put in the effort since he's come on, has won another corner for Manchester United, which is going to be taken by Christian Eriksen from the right-hand side. We're in 5 minutes of added time at the end of this match, which has been for Manchester United far too one-sided. Corner comes over. Maguire got his header to it. Headed away by Van Dijk. Back to Maguire, who chests it down. And Maguire's left-footed cross is caught at full extension by Liverpool's Brazilian goalkeeper, Alisson. Great day for Liverpool, though.
Brilliant day for Liverpool, and they've just looked in charge. On the odd occasion, in little fits and starts of this game, it's looked like men against boys. United have given the ball away far too easy. United don't deserve anything from this game on this performance that I've seen today. And Liverpool look like they've just carried on where they left off, to be honest with you.
Yep, it's going to be Erik ten Hag's first home defeat to Liverpool as the Manchester United manager. And as I say, Arne Slot becoming the first Liverpool manager to win his first league match against Manchester United since Bob Paisley. But actually the last one to do it at Old Trafford was George Kay in 1936. So he's only been here 5 minutes, but he's getting his name written into the Liverpool history books.
I think I was at Cambridge in 1938.
Studying classics.
Exactly, yes.
Dublin, King's College.
Very good.
Ball's out of play for a throw-in to Manchester United, halfway inside their own half. Liverpool supporters are going nowhere. They are in great voice. They've had so many of these kind of days, but of course many of them will have been here for that FA Cup tie last season, which was remarkable. It was one of the most remarkable matches of last season when Manchester United turned that one round. But absolutely no sign of a repeat of that today. So I think because of that, that's why you're hearing this reaction with a little bit of extra spice and juice. And a stoppage at the moment over on the far side. Van Dijk ended up on the ground. And I think referee Taylor is going to start play again with a drop ball. Yes, he is. He's okay, though. So we're in the 4th minute of added time. Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton will be waiting to take your calls. Should be a lively one tonight. 08085 909 693 to book your call. Manchester United forward from Martinez, but Bradley's able to get himself into position for Liverpool. Give it back to Van Dijk, Virgil van Dijk, across the edge of the penalty area, and then back to goalkeeper Alisson. The final seconds now, the final minute of this match, which has been another humbling for Manchester United at the hands of Liverpool. You'll never walk alone, ringing around Old Trafford as Darwin Núñez now runs at Maguire, who went to ground and was able to put in the tackle. Toby Collier running away from Núñez. He's been chased by Bradley, he's been chased by Núñez, and he's fouled by Bradley. Free kick that he's going to leave for Dalot to take. Back to Martinez. And now Harry Maguire If you weren't listening in the first half, the 2 goals, Manchester United really shot themselves in the foot. Casemiro caught out for both of them, a misplaced pass, he was caught in possession, he was substituted at half-time. Manchester United coming forward, and then Van Dijk's able to clear it away. But Luis Diaz ended up the goal scorer for both of those first 2 Liverpool goals, as Bruno Fernandes crosses from the right, but that's cleared away by Bradley on the edge of the 6-yard box. So 2-0 at half-time it was. Salah made it 3-0 early in the second half. It could easily have been more. Yes, Manchester United did create chances, but by that stage the game had gone, and now we see Erik ten Hag having to come across and congratulate Liverpool's new manager, Arne Slot, after Liverpool's 3-0 win at Old Trafford, which means this Dutch manager, Jurgen Klopp's successor, has started with 3 wins out of 3 and 3 clean sheets. That's not bad after what we all felt would be a tremendously difficult act to follow. Early days,